Morning. Hey, everybody. Good to see you. Feel free to say hi. Hello, Emma. So this is just a quick live stream just to see if anybody has questions about the teacher training coming up. See if I can get this going on TikTok too. Morning, Sandy. This isn't going to be a Qigong class. This is just a Q&A about my teacher training. So I just actually uploaded a new Qigong video, new version of the swimming dragon Qigong. So if you go to my channel page, you'll see that. Chandra says, will there be scholarships? There actually is a scholarship option available. So just shoot an email to support@nickloffree.com. Let them know you're requesting a scholarship, and we'll help you out. What differentiates, Austin says, what differentiates your style of Qigong from others? How would you describe your style? What differentiates, it's more integrative. So it's really kind of uniquely mine because it's not like a lineage. Like I didn't go and study one lineage under one teacher and memorize just their set of movements and their principles. But I went to lots of different schools and studied with a lot of stuff. Somebody's asking a weird question. So you're really getting kind of like uniquely my stuff. I think what mostly differentiates it is you're kind of seeing like two main ways of I don't know what you're asking, Shanna, but that is not something I'm doing. You're kind of seeing like two main ways Qigong is taught these days. One is the traditional style where, just like as I said, it's a lineage. They have their set of exercises. You only do those exercises in their order. And yeah, so it's like it's very rigid. And then the new style, which is kind of like modern, a lot more like my teacher Lee Holden, where they're integrating a lot of stuff. They're pulling from here and there, and it's done in a lot more accessible way where you don't have to go through any like weird, super difficult training that where you know maybe you have to like stand and embrace the tree for an hour every day before they teach you anything, or you're learning everything so meticulously that you almost never actually get to doing the motions and getting the benefits. And so Lee and people like Lee have taken Qigong and kind of made like almost Qigong light, where not like light but like Coors Light, light beer, where they've kind of lightened it up a little bit and made it a lot more accessible to people. And so that's partly why Qigong is becoming more popular, I think, is because people have been breaking down some of the traditional stuff that has felt like a big impediment to the average person wanting to do it. Because so now we can teach Qigong and it's just a flow class and people can drop in and they aren't required to come to weeks and weeks and weeks of training to be able to even start to do Qigong, which is sort of how it seems to be taught in a lot of the traditional ways. So they've done a really good job with that, but I think it's important also to go back and find the roots and set the foundations and learn why everything's done the way it is. So the way I see mine is sort of a balance between bringing together the traditional way and the modern kind of flow class way. And mostly what I want to teach people who want to teach is to teach this flow class style where they can go to a yoga studio, they can go to a gym and teach a class that people actually want to come to and have a lot of fun at and get the benefits from. But I like to teach a lot of background stuff so that you as a teacher have the background knowledge for like, why are we teaching this movement in this way? Or why do we put the movements together in this order? And and to also have a much better practice yourself because you've built in the all the structures into your body and all the understanding in your mind to have a good foundation for that Qigong. So what I see a lot of people doing in Qigong these days is really bad Qigong. So Qigong works even if you don't do it that well, just moving slowly and breathing nicely is going to have a positive effect no matter what. But there's always improvements you can make. So my whole goal with this training is to take whatever you're doing with Qigong, which maybe you're just watching videos or maybe just attending kind of flow classes, and I want to take that and really refine it to what are the internal foundational principles, the Neigong, we call it. What are the ways we have to structure the body? What are the best ways to breathe? All this sort of stuff that really builds the Qigong from the inside out. So you're not just kind of mimicking externally what the movements are supposed to look like with your limbs and stuff, but you feel from inside what Qigong is supposed to feel like. And that really is the goal with Qigong, is to not feel like you're just moving your body, but like the Qi is unfolding within you and moving your connective tissues and moving your body, which isn't an easy thing to feel. But we can build up to feeling that through building the right structures and finding all the correct little internal alignments, and it'll start to produce those feelings. Let's see. Chandra says, I love Lee Holden, Sifu Anthony too. Yeah, they both do a really good job with the modernizing it. Sifu Anthony's probably a little more in the middle like me. Janet says, good evening from the UK. Good evening, Janet. Chandra says, my first experience for Tai Chi were as part of a Psych Day program. That's cool. Emma says, there wasn't any availability to receive your 15% off or to pay in installments. I've emailed their support. Really, you still haven't heard anything? It's a shame. Why don't you send me an email with that, Emma? I'll just give you my email here. Maybe my assistant's traveling or something. Email just my name, nick@loffree.com. Good question, Ashton. Any other questions? This is just your chance to find out before you spend $1,000 how if you actually want to do this training. Let me know if you got any other questions. Look at me giving out my personal email on YouTube Live. See some new people in here. Just so you guys know, I did just launch literally as this stream was starting. That's why I was like 5 minutes late, because I was trying to finish up launching this new video. So I've got a new version of the Swimming Dragon Qigong video. So that was one of my most popular videos I shot last year around the same time, actually. I think last August. And I just filmed it on my iPhone. So I really wanted to make like a better version of it now that I have better camera gear. So just went out and shot a new Swimming Dragon routine. I think it's like 30 minutes long. I think it's actually a little better routine too, or at least a little different or something. So if you like the Swimming Dragon stuff, which is really good for the spine and everything, then you'll dig that. It's just on my YouTube. Austin said, looking for emotional and spiritual benefits. Will the training help us with this? And will we be able to help others with deficiencies? Yeah. So a huge part of the training is just doing your own Qigong practice. So you'll be learning new sets and in a lot more detail than you would learn them just on like YouTube and classes and stuff. And then your homework will be to go throughout the week to practice that set and get really deep into it. So definitely a big part of the training is just going deep into your own practice. And not just learning things. And will we be able to help others with deficiencies? Yeah. So that's the whole idea with the teacher training, is learning to share it and learning what movements are good for what, and being able to put your own routines together and make routines for people. And so should be able to help other people with that. Emma says, what's the schedule time-wise? When does it start on Sunday? And time, please, for the rest of the days, please. So yeah, Sundays will be when that's the only day there's actually a live class. So that'll be Sundays at noon Pacific. although we might change that if it doesn't work for a lot of people. We'll let it be a little democratic, but it should be Sundays at noon Pacific, so 3 p.m. in New York and in the evening in Europe. It's just a 2-hour class every Sunday, maybe like 1.5 to 2 hours, where we do a live practice where we sort of go over the movements and the exercises from the week that we've been learning, and then have a Q&A where you can ask about the content and the exercises. And then the rest of it is all on your own time. So it'll just every week, there's going to be videos being published that are just pre-recorded lectures that I'm making. Last time I did the whole thing live, but I found it was just a long time to have everybody attend like a 3.5 hour class every week. So I thought I would split it up, and we just do one live for the questions and the practice. And then I'll publish pre-recorded videos for the lectures, which you can watch on your own time. And that'll be like an hour or two a week of material like that. So basically 3 to 4 hours a week of material, which 1 or 2 hours of that will be the live class on Sunday. And if that sounds like super overwhelming, you don't have to do it in the 12 weeks. So I give you 12 weeks to do the whole program. Sorry, there's 12 weeks if you want to like do it all live, like attending the Sunday lives and everything. But if you want to just do the whole thing on your own time, you can take up to a year to get certified. And you have lifetime access to all the materials, but I ask that if you want to get certified, you get through it in a year and write the tests and everything. Yeah, and so all those live streams, all the questions, those will all be recorded. So it's not like you have to show up to the live. So if you miss the live streams, you can just watch the recordings, and you can write your questions in, and I answer them in the live stream. Chandra says, I learned Tai Chi to help with my PTSD. Will you be covering emotional issues and healing? Yeah. So yeah, a lot of talk about the spiritual and emotional side of Qigong, and how the different meridians and organs and everything relate to the different emotions and aspects of spirit and everything. So I know we've been talking a lot about building all the structure in the body and everything, and that's a really big part of the course, but we do cover a lot about the emotional and spiritual side of things as well, which relates to all that. And that's kind of the magic of Qigong, right? Is how the physical and the emotional and the spiritual all tie into each other. So yeah, lots of that stuff. Hi, Bart. Good to see you. Let me know if you guys have any other questions. The other thing you get with the course, which is really fun, that was really fun to make, was you basically get a whole library of all the movements. So there'll be 3 ways you learn the movements. One is these pre-recorded sort of workshop formats where we're really I'm breaking everything down and teaching you all the exercises in a lot of detail. And it's like stop, start, stop, start. So it's not like super fun to practice with those videos, but it's good to learn from those videos. And you can always come back to them. But if you want to just practice with videos and learn the same, like relearn the same exercises without it being so stop, start, and all the details and everything, I have this library of videos that is just like flow routines. So if you want to, remember the Jiben Qigong series, or the 5-animal Daoyin series, or just anything we were learning in the course, the 3 treasure series, you just click that video. It's a whole library of like a few dozen videos, and you just practice along with it. So instead of it being all stop, start, and workshoppy, it's a nice flow routine, and I film them outdoors, all pretty like and everything, just like I do with my YouTube videos. And so you can actually construct your own little routines out of this too. So you can just open a few videos in a few different browser windows. I can make them downloadable too. Actually, I don't remember if I did that for the last one, but we can make it so you download them, and you just have a few videos ready to go. And so you can build the routine. You can have like your warm-up video with a warm-up set, your stretching video with a stretching set, your purging video with a purging set, your flowing video with a flowing set, and then your meditation at the end. You just select one of the meditations. And so you can kind of custom build your own routines in that way, which is I think it was kind of my favorite thing I made for the course. It's a lot of fun. Okay, Austin says, I'm looking forward to going deep into the training. Many Qigong trainings talk about filling the lower dantian. We'll be recreating this connection to our centers. Yes, lots of work with the dantians in this course, both through meditation and through the movement, some of the movement practices. Chandra says, I have fibromyalgia. Well, I'll be healing myself too. Yes. Yeah. Again, a big part of the course is just doing your own inner Qigong work. So lots of homework for you each week as we learn new sets and everything. And you will be expected to go and practice those on your own time every day or every other day. You know, I'm not going to tell you how often you have to practice, but I will give you some like ideal parameters. And it's on you to keep practicing and go deep with these things. But yes, a big goal of that will be to discover the power of Qi within yourself, for yourself, which I think goes a long way in being able to teach, because you actually have a reference point to teach from because you've trained really deeply yourself. Bart says, I am dealing with COVID right now. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Bart. If you have the energy for it, I think the healing sounds are a good practice. As far as Qigong goes, probably the best Qigong you can do. Hopefully, I'm sure you got, all kinds of supplements and everything you could take. Chandra says, I know it's every day. Yes. Every day is best, but set the bar where you can meet it, right? Emma says, is there anything that I ought to buy along the way? Books, journals? Yeah, having a notebook to take notes in on the lectures and stuff is a good idea. And there is a reading list that comes with it. So it's actually not a required reading list. It's just kind of like a list of a few books that I think are good if you want to go deeper and learn more. But it's nothing in the books will be on the test or anything. So. All right. Any other questions? So this thing starts next Sunday, so if you want to sign up, got to do it soon. Will your live classes be on YouTube or Zoom? They'll be on Zoom. So, and don't be scared. You don't have to have your camera on. It's nice to be able to see people and stuff, and it does help with the training if I can see what the class is doing. But if you're shy, like it's not mandatory to have your camera on, but it will be on Zoom, so it'll be a little more private and stuff. Freya says, what will our weekly homework look like? Apologies if I missed the answer earlier. So there'll be a live stream every Sunday, noon Pacific. That's about 1 or 2 hours. And then there'll be some lecture videos and workshop videos that you're expected to get throughout the week, which will be another hour or 2 of content every week. And you can just do those on your own time. The live stream, you don't have to show up to. It'll be recorded, so you can watch it anytime. And then the only other homework is just doing your Qigong practice. So the movements that we learn each week, you're expected to practice them every day, ideally, but as often as you can otherwise. And if that all sounds overwhelming, you do have 1 year to complete the program if you don't want to do the 7-week sort of group live thing. Zoom password will come up. Is that a question? You'll just have a private link, so you don't need a pass. I think the password's built into the link, so you don't need to remember a password. What else? Anything else I want you guys to know? Okay. Well, another cool thing about the course, if you don't want to teach, what's kind of cool about it is I put all the stuff that's relevant to the people who want to teach at the end of the course. So you can just take the first like 9 or 10 weeks. And it's just all about Qigong and the theory of Qigong and understanding Qigong and doing more Qigong and learning Qigong. And then the last couple of weeks, it all gets geared towards the teachers, and it becomes about, how to teach different demographics, how to market, a lot of digital skills. I actually teach a little module on like graphic design, simple graphic design that you can do, simple video making skills that you can do, simple web stuff that you can do. So maybe you already know like 1 or 2 of those, but I just try to kind of give you the quick download on all the little technical skills that have helped me or that I've had to learn becoming a Qigong teacher myself. Emma says, how do I get in contact? Where do I need to go? To get in contact with me, you can send me an email at my sending to you, but there's my email in the chat, Nick at nickloffree.com. Easy to remember. Then shoot me your questions or whatever. Oh, you mean how do we find the Zoom link? That'll just be, there'll just literally just be one Zoom link. So I'll just email it out to everybody who's in the course, and you just save it somewhere, save the email or save the link on a document or something. Yeah, so you'll just use the same link every time, and if it changes, I just resend it out. Yeah, but all the course content will be in a program called Thinkific, which is where I host my all my e-courses and everything. And they're really nice. They just organize all the videos and replays and everything, and all really easy to navigate through the content there. All right. Well, if that's all the questions. Again, feel free to take advantage of those payment plans. You got 3, 6, and 12-month plans. It costs a little bit more overall the longer you stretch out the payment, and that's kind of just a safety mechanism I built in for myself in case anybody defaults halfway through or something. But yeah, the cheapest way is to just buy it all at once, and then the second cheapest way is the 3-month, and the third cheapest way is the 6-month. But it's really not like a huge jump in price to get a longer plan. So I think it's worthwhile if you want to stretch your money a bit. Thanks, Chandra. Namaste. Good seeing you all. Maybe see some of you in the course. Maybe see some of you next Sunday for that. Again, feel free to practice with my new swimming dragon video. Seems really, I think it was one of my favorite videos I made. I think I say that about every time I make a new video, but I think this is one of my favorites. And other than that, Tuesday we'll have another live stream at same time as this, so 9 a.m. Pacific, New York. And that'll just be a practice. So I don't know if you've seen my new schedule, but doing a lot more live streams. Oh, one more question. Bart says, you have the healing sounds on YouTube. Oh, yes. Yeah, if you search Nick Loffree, 6 healing sounds, you'll find it. Okay. Thanks, everybody. Hope to see you soon.